Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Guinea Pigs with Greg. Today we're in the shed with Julie Gallagher and Lyndon Nowell, whose show is Gallagher and Nowell. Lyndon did want to show as no-goal stud, but Julie put a stop to that. Both Julie and Lyndon are equal show partners in their own rights and have both had studs prior to their partnership together. And you may well recognise Lyndon from all the lovely photos he takes for the Cavies magazine. This is a great service he provides to the fancy and something I think everyone is very grateful for. They moved into this impressive shed into their bungalow in 2018, amid some of the worst weather conditions in the UK and a national scandal in their hometown. The shed itself is very light and airy, lots of space, you can walk around. The cages are open fronted with the water bottles attached. You can see into every cage very quickly to do health checks and to pick up the cavies. It's a very, very well built shed from Lyndon with lots of gadgets and things which I'll show you later on. Things that they've learned throughout their time in the fancy to make their life now a lot easier. Over the years, the stud has contained Rex, Teddies, Satins, Peruvians, Silver and Chocolate Agouti, Black and Chocolate Dutch, Tort and White, Lankara and Argentes, and pets have always been a really close thing to Julie's heart. Currently the stud consists of Lankaras, dark-eyed whites, a couple of buffs, quite a few pets, some Shelties, a few Texels and alpacas, but the bulk of it is mostly the dark-eyed golden cresteds and the self-dark-eyed goldens. Lyndon's very handy with woodwork, and here is a fantastic gate that he's put on. Lots of air ventilation, it's a stable door at the same time that can be closed up in the winter, and I have to say I was very, very impressed with the various combinations you can have. And it's just a great thing for the shed. It lets the light in, lets the air in, keeps the cavies warm, keeps them cool, and it's something that I think Lyndon was very proud of as well, because it's a work of art and a genius contraption to keep the cavies welfare in state. And it didn't stop there. The windows can be opened up by a pulley system, again to allow full ventilation. It's just a very, very clever way of keeping the cavies cool in the winter. Lots of ventilation throughout as well, and this is again essential for keeping the cavies in top condition. The dry mix is readily available. It's a mixture of a lot of different things, including ready grass, and this is on demand really for the cavies. There's always seems to be a bowl full of this ready for them to eat. Lots of fresh fruit and veg. This is exactly what a cavie needs to keep them fit and healthy. And this is why they've had such good success on the show bench. And this is the prime reason really. Hay. Abundance of hay. Really good soft meadow hay. This is what puts the weight on your cavies and really makes them stand out on the show bench. Lyndon also made this really clever water bottle carrier which can also be used to fill up. So you take the lids off, fill up the bottles, put the lids back on and take them around. You'll probably recognise Julie as she is the secretary of the Southern Cavy Club, the Sheltie Varieties Cavy Club, the Pet Exhibitors Cavy Club, and most importantly, the Real London Show, the biggest cavy show on our calendar, and it's a big thing to try and organise as a secretary. Julie also sits on the committee for the National Cavy Club, the Worthing Eastergate Cavy Club, and the Bristol Cavy Club, and these are positions that are vital to keeping clubs running. Being on the committee and dedicating time is how the fancy keeps going, and Julie and Lyndon really do this in abundance. They help out at every show they go to. They're always there cleaning up, working in the kitchens, and just keeping the shows running, and it's a real credit to them both. With all of that, Julie goes around the country judging the cavies, from the Southern Cavy Club, the National, the English South Cavy Club, the Peruvian Varieties Cavy Club, the Rex, the Sheltie Varieties, the Teddies, the Swiss, and the National Tort and White Cavy Club. They all make use of her services, and she very rarely says no to a judging engagement, always happily helping out and keeping these shows running. This is a very important part of the fancy judging. It's not for everyone's cup of tea, but Julie does it with such grace and poise, and I've been lucky enough to judge her on many occasions. So back to the cavies, and Julie has an array of hair dryers to help keep the long hair's coats in good shape and free from any debris, and also the perfect kettle for a cup of tea. I was lucky enough to have a quick lesson in how to wrap a long-haired cavy, which will be in a separate video for you all to peruse. But it was amazing to spend time with Julie, going through her cavies with such passion and dedication. You can see the love that she has for them, and the welfare comes first and foremost. and had a fantastic time. The stud no longer breeds pets to show, but there's still quite a lot here, and they'll all be shown and looked after until they retire. They have a modest stud of alpacas, about 25 cavies in total, but all oozing quality, lots of coat and tight curls. And it was with the alpaca that Julie had the biggest win of her show career in 2015 at the Yorkshire Championships with a pig called Philly Lou, that was bred by Tracy Oakes, which must have been a wonderful experience and a great way to crown a fantastic career showing cavies. Julie and Lyndon keep quite a large size stud of dark-eyed goldens and dark-eyed golden cresteds, with 1 crested boar and 10 crested sows, and 11 self boars and 33 self sows, not including all the babies at foot. Both Julie and Lyndon have really helped promote this breed. They've won the English Self Points competition numerous times, lots of best selfs, and I've competed against them, and they've really got some fantastic cavies in this colour. And it's their dedication to the breed by sharing such good stock with people that has seen the breed really rise in its status and is now competing at almost every show across the country. I was really impressed with how uniform the colour was and the pigment. Really good pigment, no darkness on the ears or anything, and real glossy shiny coats with colour that goes all the way down to the skin. The head shape again was very tall, which means they're going to be great cavies in the future. And to finish off, we have this really cute little chap here. Just had to come up for a little snuggle, and all of Julie's pets are really friendly. I'd like to thank Lyndon and Julie for inviting me into their shed, and I hope you guys have enjoyed the experience as well. Until next time, I'm Guinea Pig Greg. Cheerio, bye.